Hello, I'm Dr. Charles Lawson, a physician with over 40 years of experience in geriatric care, dedicated to helping older adults live healthier, stronger, and more fulfilling lives. As someone who has spent a lifetime working with seniors, I've witnessed firsthand the remarkable resilience and strength of older individuals. However, there's a silent, gradual condition that affects many of us as we age. A condition that can steal away our independence and vitality without us even realizing it. It's called sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss. Sarcopenia is a cruel thief. It doesn't announce its arrival with a loud noise. But over time, it quietly diminishes our muscle mass and strength. This process is especially dangerous for older adults because it not only limits our mobility and independence but also increases the risk of falls, fractures, and even death. As a physician, it breaks my heart to see so many seniors struggle with the effects of sarcopenia when they don't have to. But here's the good news: it doesn't have to be this way. While sarcopenia is a natural part of aging, it can be stopped, or even reversed, with the right approach, through a combination of a muscle-supporting diet and regular exercise. We can combat this silent condition and regain the strength that aging tries to take away. In the next few moments, I'll share with you some of the most effective strategies I've seen work over the years. Strategies that can help you not only maintain muscle mass but also feel more energized, independent, and confident as you grow older. So, if you're ready to take control of your health and muscle strength, stick with me. Together, we'll take the first step toward a stronger, healthier future. Let's get started. As we continue our journey together, let me share a few simple but powerful steps that can help you fight sarcopenia and reclaim your muscle strength. You see, health is not a short-term goal, it's a lifelong journey. And like any journey, it's the small, consistent steps that lead to a long-lasting change. That's the mindset I want to help you adopt. These small changes, when combined, can make a profound difference in how you feel, move, and age. Let's start with something as fundamental as your diet. A balanced, nutrient-rich diet is absolutely critical for muscle health, especially as we get older. Protein is the building block of muscle, and it becomes even more important as we age. I always recommend aiming for at least 20 to 30 grams of high-quality protein with each meal. Think lean meats, fish, eggs, beans, and dairy. Not only does protein help with muscle repair and growth, but it also helps stabilize blood sugar and keeps your energy levels steady throughout the day. In addition to protein, don't forget about healthy fats. Omega-3 fatty acids found in foods like salmon, chia seeds, and walnuts are incredibly beneficial for reducing inflammation, which plays a major role in muscle breakdown. Antioxidant-rich fruits and vegetables like berries, leafy greens, and tomatoes will also keep your body in prime condition and help fight off the oxidative stress that accelerates aging. But nutrition alone isn't enough. Regular, gentle exercise is key to maintaining muscle mass and improving strength. And you don't need to run a marathon to see benefits. Simple exercises like walking, yoga, or strength training with light weights can be incredibly effective. I recommend starting with just 15 to 20 minutes a day, focusing on movements that engage multiple muscle groups. You can even incorporate balance exercises to improve stability and prevent falls, something that's especially important for seniors. Lastly, I want to remind you that health isn't a race. It's about creating healthy habits that last. By making small, gradual changes to your diet, incorporating light exercise into your routine, and practicing self-care, you'll see noticeable improvements over time. And the best part? As you begin to see and feel the benefits, you'll feel more empowered to make even bigger changes and take on new challenges. Remember, you have the power to change your future. By making these small adjustments today, you're setting the stage for a healthier, stronger tomorrow. I'm here to guide you every step of the way, so don't hesitate to take that first step. Together, we'll keep moving forward, stronger with each day. As we continue our journey together, I want to emphasize something crucial. Small, simple changes can make a huge difference. And they don't need to feel overwhelming or difficult to implement. I've seen so many of my patients experience incredible improvements in their health with just a few thoughtful, everyday habits. And that's what I want to share with you now. These habits are not complicated, nor do they require drastic changes, yet they have the power to transform both your body and your spirit. One of the first habits I always recommend to my patients is to focus on regular, mindful hydration. Dehydration can contribute to muscle weakness and fatigue, so simply drinking enough water throughout the day can have a profound impact on your energy and overall muscle function. Aim to drink at least 8 cups of water each day. And if you're active or the weather is warm, don't forget to increase your intake. Another simple yet effective habit is to incorporate light stretching or gentle movement into your daily routine. This doesn't mean you need to hit the gym for hours, but instead, dedicate just 10 to 15 minutes each day to stretching your body or doing light yoga. Stretching not only improves flexibility, but it also helps to keep your muscles supple, which is especially important as we age. I recommend doing these stretches in the morning when your body is fresh, or in the evening as a relaxing way to unwind. Another habit that's simple but often overlooked is getting outside for at least 15 to 20 minutes each day, preferably in the morning. Morning sunlight not only helps regulate your circadian rhythm, ensuring you get a restful night's sleep, but it also boosts your mood. The connection between sunlight and serotonin levels in the brain is powerful, and exposure to natural light can lift your spirits and help combat feelings of fatigue or low energy. By focusing on these easy-to-implement habits, hydration, stretching, and sunlight exposure, you'll notice a shift not only in your physical health but in your mental and emotional well-being as well. These small actions can create a ripple effect of positivity in your life. And over time, you'll see that they don't just help your body, but they also enhance your mood, reduce stress, and increase happiness. As a doctor who has spent my life helping older adults maintain their vitality, I've seen firsthand how these simple, gentle changes can make a world of difference. And the best part? They don't feel like a burden or something you have to force yourself to do. They're natural, easy steps that you can weave into your daily routine, improving not just your physical health, but your overall sense of well-being. So, I encourage you to start small. Pick 1 or 2 of these habits and begin incorporating them into your day. Trust me, these small steps will add up. And before you know it, you'll feel stronger, more energized, and happier. You don't have to do it all at once, but with each day, you'll get closer to the healthier, more fulfilling life you deserve. Together, we'll continue this journey, one small step at a time. As we continue our journey, I know that facing the reality of our health can sometimes bring up a mix of emotions. For many of my patients, when they realize that their current health challenges, such as high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol levels, or heart disease, are the result of not maintaining healthy habits in the past, it can feel disheartening. I've seen the sadness in their eyes as they acknowledge how their choices over the years have led to these health issues. It's understandable to feel this way, after all. These conditions can seem overwhelming and difficult to change. But I'm here to tell you that acknowledging the problem is not a setback. It's the first step toward improvement. In my many years of practice, I've seen that the most powerful thing you can do is face your health head-on. Yes, it can be challenging to confront the reality of where you are today, especially when it feels like the results of years of unhealthy habits have piled up. But recognizing that you have the power to make changes, no matter how small, is the gift you've been given. The road to better health may seem difficult at times, but I can assure you that every small change you make can lead to significant improvements over time. I know it's not always easy, and there may be days when you feel discouraged. There may be times when you wonder if it's too late to reverse the effects of high cholesterol, elevated blood pressure, or other conditions. But let me tell you, it's never too late. Every day is an opportunity to make a positive change. And it's these small, consistent changes that add up over time to create lasting results. Take, for example, adjusting your diet to include more fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. It doesn't have to be a complete overhaul of your life, but gradually making healthier food choices can lower cholesterol, improve heart health, and stabilize blood pressure. Alongside dietary changes, regular physical activity, whether it's a short walk, some gentle yoga, or even stretching, can improve circulation, strengthen your heart, and boost your mood. The feeling of sadness or frustration when you first face these challenges is natural. But I want you to remember that this moment of realization is not the end, it's the beginning of something powerful. By acknowledging the situation, you have opened the door to change, and with the right mindset and the support of those who care, like myself, you can take small, meaningful steps toward a healthier, happier future. It may be difficult at times, but you are not alone in this journey. And I'll be with you every step of the way. Together, we can rewrite the story of your health, one positive change at a time. As I continue to work with my patients, one of the most powerful emotions I see emerge is fear. It's a fear that stems from truly understanding the potential risks that come with not taking control of one's health, especially as we grow older. For many of us, it's easy to dismiss the small habits that seem harmless at the time. A little extra sugar here, skipping a workout there, or staying up a bit too late. But when we start to realize that these seemingly small choices can lead to significant health issues like heart disease, diabetes, or stroke, the weight of that knowledge can be overwhelming. I've seen many of my patients feel this fear when they come to terms with the fact that habits like excessive sugar consumption, lack of exercise, or poor sleep hygiene could lead to life-altering conditions. It's common to feel anxious when you think about the possibility of developing chronic illnesses as you age, especially when you start to feel the effects of aging in your own body. The thought of dealing with a serious illness, one that might rob you of your independence or the ability to enjoy life the way you once did, is enough to make anyone nervous. But here's the good news. This fear, while it can be unsettling, is not something to run from. It can actually serve as the catalyst for change. Fear often works as a motivator, pushing us to act before it's too late. When you begin to understand the consequences of your choices, you're given the power to take charge and make informed decisions. This awareness can be your greatest asset in making lasting, positive changes. Remember, fear doesn't have to paralyze you. It can empower you to make healthier choices right now. That extra piece of candy you reach for or that sedentary habit of sitting too long can be countered with small, manageable changes. Taking a walk each day, incorporating more whole foods into your diet, getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night. These are steps you can begin to take today. And trust me, each step you take toward a healthier lifestyle can help alleviate that fear and replace it with confidence. I've watched countless patients turn their fear into a driving force. And I know you can do the same. It's never too late to change the course of your health. By taking small, intentional actions now, you're building a foundation for a future where you feel strong, vibrant, and ready to enjoy the best years of your life. You have the power to change. And every positive decision you make today will bring you one step closer to a healthier tomorrow. So, instead of letting fear hold you back, let it propel you forward, towards a life of wellness and vitality. I'm here to support you, every step of the way. As Dr. James Whitaker, I've spent over 4 decades walking beside older adults through the often daunting journey of reclaiming their health. And if there's one truth I've seen time and again, it's this: changing your lifestyle, especially when you're already dealing with serious health issues like muscle loss, is not only possible, it's powerful. Many of my patients come to me already struggling with sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. They feel weak, fatigued, and sometimes even defeated. Climbing stairs becomes harder. Lifting groceries feels like a challenge. And balance becomes shaky. These aren't just inconveniences. They're signs that the body is asking for help. But here's what I always tell them. The body is incredibly adaptive. Even in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, meaningful change can begin the moment you decide to act. Start by focusing on movement. No, you don't need to lift heavy weights or run marathons. Simple resistance exercises using your body weight, light dumbbells, or resistance bands just 3 times a week can spark muscle growth and improve strength. Even chair exercises or water aerobics can do wonders. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. You build muscle slowly, 1 step, 1 rep, 1 day at a time. Next, prioritize protein. Most older adults don't get enough. Aim for around 0.6 to 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight daily. From sources like eggs, fish, lean meats, Greek yogurt, beans, or protein shakes. Combine that with vitamin D, calcium, and omega-3s, and you create an internal environment that supports muscle repair and growth. And just as importantly, develop a mindset of patience and persistence. Lifestyle change is not a sprint, it's a lifelong commitment. But with every healthy choice you make, you're telling your body, I care about you, I'm not giving up. I've seen individuals who could barely stand without assistance transform into people who walk confidently, garden again, even dance with their grandkids. You don't need to overhaul everything overnight. Just begin. I promise you, The moment you start nourishing your muscles and moving your body with intention, you'll feel stronger, not just physically, but emotionally and mentally too. This is your time. Let's make it count. As Dr. James Whittaker, I've learned that when it comes to transforming health, especially for those of us in our golden years, big results often come from the smallest changes. You see, it's not always about strict diets or rigorous exercise plans. In fact, the most powerful changes are often the simplest. And they can start right at home, before breakfast. Let me share something I've told every patient who's ever sat across from me. Worried about where to begin? Start your day with a glass of warm water. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But this one habit can have a surprisingly big impact. Warm water helps wake up your digestive system, flushes out toxins that have built up overnight, and supports your metabolism. I've had patients tell me they feel lighter, more energized, even less stiff in the mornings after doing this consistently. It's a small act of self-care that sets the tone for the rest of the day. Another small yet powerful change? Add just 1 serving of leafy greens to at least 1 meal a day. Whether it's spinach tossed into your scrambled eggs, kale in your soup, or a handful of arugula on your sandwich, greens are packed with fiber, vitamins, and plant compounds that fight inflammation and support muscle recovery. Most people don't realize that leafy vegetables also help regulate blood pressure, support bone health, and keep digestion running smoothly, all crucial for anyone over 60. The beauty of these micro-habits is that they aren't overwhelming. They don't require you to overhaul your life. They don't demand hours of planning or preparation. But what they do offer is a sense of empowerment. Suddenly, my patients begin to realize, wait, I can do this. I don't need to suffer to feel better. I remember one gentleman in his late 70s, George, who had barely touched vegetables for decades and believed exercise was no longer for him. He started by drinking warm water each morning and adding spinach to his eggs. Then he began taking 5-minute walks after lunch. 2 months later, his energy levels were up. His digestion had improved, and for the first time in years, he felt in control of his health. When you show people that health isn't some mysterious destination, but a journey made up of small, doable steps, they feel relieved and inspired. These tiny habits, done consistently, create a ripple effect. Better digestion leads to more energy. More energy leads to more movement. More movement leads to better sleep. And suddenly, without even realizing it, they're living stronger, happier lives. So if you're reading this and wondering where to begin, don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't think you have to change everything overnight. Just drink a warm glass of water tomorrow morning. Toss a little spinach onto your plate. That's where the journey begins, and trust me, as someone who has spent his life guiding others down this road, I know that even the smallest steps can lead to the biggest transformations. The journey toward better health doesn't require perfection, it simply requires intention. As Dr. James Whittaker, have shared throughout this story, small and consistent actions, like drinking warm water in the morning or adding a handful of greens to your meal, can lay the foundation for lasting change. Sarcopenia and muscle loss don't have to be inevitable parts of aging. With balanced nutrition, gentle daily movement, and the willingness to adapt your habits, you can regain strength, confidence, and vitality. The true lesson here is this: It's never too late to care for yourself. Aging is not a decline, it's an evolution. And with each step you take, no matter how small, you invest in a future filled with more independence, energy, and joy. If this message inspired you or gave you hope, I invite you to like this video, subscribe to Senior Moments Matter, and become part of a growing community that values aging with grace and strength. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What part of this story resonated with you most? Have you made changes in your life that improved your health? Drop a comment below to share your experience or ask a question. I'm here to support your journey.